What is going on, everybody? We are live, BoogiePod episode 23. 23. Jake, how was your weekend, man?
Pretty good. Pretty
That's
good.
good. That's good. You want to give any spoilers to Batman? Ruin everyone's day?
No, I
Okay.
can't do that.
Too mean. It's too mean. Um, I was looking. On. Tell you a little funny story because I was looking you can't go on TikTok without seeing Batman stuff. It was
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
No Way Home dropped. So I was looking on I was looking at sites that were non-illegal for to watch Batman. And I found them. I found where I could
Yeah.
watch Batman, but they're all with people with cameras in the movie theater. So I didn't want to watch it like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna have to go to the movie theater and just watch it. I'm gonna have to get done with, man. I'm just gonna have to go watch it because I want to watch
I
it really
think
bad.
they're putting it on HBO Max possibly in like a few
Ooh,
months.
see, that's what I was hoping they
So,
would do originally. That's what I was kind of banking on. Because
yeah.
Jada's wanting to save our tickets for the new Doctor Strange. Like, we got free tickets, and she's wanting to save those for
Mhm.
Doctor Strange. So, I'll have to make a decision. I
Hmm.
have to say, forget Jada. She's not watching right now. She's at work, so I can say that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's get right into it. College basketball, pick'ems are over. The season's over. I finished at 33-14 with a 70.2%, but you caught me towards the end of the year. But not enough, my friend. You finished 30-16 with 65.2%. So those last 2 weeks you're bringing it on me. Whew. Sweated it out. I sweated it out. Okay, so if we're not gonna do pick'ems, what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna do our pick'ems. Now this has nothing to do with the record. We're done with the records. Thank the Lord for me.
Mhm.
But we're gonna go. Who do you think is gonna win the conference tournaments? As they'll be played throughout this week, and I think some. I don't know if they can go into next week at all. Because I know Clemson plays in the earliest they can play, and they play Tuesday. So
Yeah.
I would be shocked if they travel at least not too far into next week. But we'll start off. We're going to do the Power 5 conferences. Who you got winning the ACC tournament?
I'm gonna go Duke. Not that hard of a choice. Gotta go Duke.
I also got
Yeah.
Duke. I don't see
Yeah.
much teams rivaling in them, but I do could see Duke getting upset though. Just because it's it'd be very clear for them to win, that I could see them getting upset.
Yeah.
And there's
Maybe.
a lot of rivals Duke has in basketball when it comes to the tournament, at
Mhm.
least. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
SEC, who you got?
SECs, there's a few. I said four have a really good chance. I'm
I
gonna
think
go
three have a chance.
as your one that's knocked off as Arkansas.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're knocking off? Yeah, I'm giving Arkansas a little bit of credit because I'm probably gonna say I want to say Kentucky, but I'm gonna go Kentucky.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
That's
Kentucky.
fine. I it's a good pick. They're a blue blood school and they're really good. So
Yeah,
yeah, there ain't
yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna go Auburn. I think it's their year. I think they're having a magical year. I actually have them. I think they'll go deep into March Madness too. I'm gonna have faith in because I feel like Auburn doesn't have a lot of years like this. So now it's their year. They'll make it count. That's kind of what I'm
Yeah.
going on. So I'm gonna go Auburn to win the SEC. All right, Big Ten. Who do you got?
Who are like the main ones in the Big Ten right
There's
now?
one main one, and here I'll pick it for you. It's Purdue.
Okay.
It's Purdue.
Oh, Purdue's gonna win. Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah.
Yeah, Purdue. Yeah.
Purdue would be the most obvious pick on this whole thing, besides one school, in my opinion. Which I can see this one
Yeah.
school getting upsetted, but we'll see what happens. Moving on, Big 12. Who you got?
I think it's been Kansas and Baylor for
Yeah.
sure.
Baylor low-key owners though, so I'm gonna go Baylor.
I'm gonna go Baylor too.
Yeah.
I think Baylor's got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Baylor. Now here's the most obvious choice out of all on the Pac-12.
Pac-12. Who's the? I'm like blanking. Who's the big one in the Pac-12?
Arizona.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not gonna be
The only way I could see Arizona losing is if UCLA could upset them, maybe. And UCLA's good. I just don't know. It would have to be like one of those magical things that something UCLA would do. But I'm just saying, it would have to be it'd have to be a UCLA type of night. So
right now, I think Arizona might be my sneaky pick to maybe make it a little
they're
top
really
two
good.
in the.
They're really
I like
good.
Arizona.
Yeah, they're
I
really
think,
good.
they have a chance.
We'll see what rolls around bracket time, but they are really good. Alrighty. So that's all we got for college basketballs. We'll see the tournaments unfold. It's hard to do pick'ems when you don't know who's going to be playing in the game. So, moving on, college baseball. Jake, listen, last week I had a bad week last week. Okay, I'm 2-3 with a 40% chance.
Go.
Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Miami, I picked Miami. I don't know if you remember this. I picked Miami. You picked Florida. Miami
Yeah.
won the very first game of that series. Smoked Florida. I was looking all high and good. Florida takes the next 2 games and you win the series. Stupid. It's just so dumb. So I'm 2-3 at 40%. You're 3-1 at 75%. So you're 5% above the mark we want to be, and I'm way below it.
You know which one I got wrong? Which one was the
You
incorrect one?
picked Tennessee over Texas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. So we got couples. We got a lot going in here. So Monday we have a 1-game series between number 25 Gonzaga at number 6 Oklahoma State.
It already happened. Gonzaga beat them. I saw it. Gonzaga beat them. It's a good win.
It already happened? What time?
Yeah. I don't know, earlier than now because I saw it. I was just on ESPN on my phone, and yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they played already.
I'm gonna double check.
They usually play
you're
earlier
probably
in the day.
right because I didn't even check the time.
Because Gonzaga, they're 25.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna double check, but yeah, you're right. They won 2-1. Well, thank God we didn't pick that one because I picked Oklahoma State. So
I should have just said Gonzaga.
I'm so glad. Yeah, you should have just said Gonzaga. Okay, marking that one out. That never happened. God, I suck so bad at this. Okay, I'm changing one of my picks. Before we start here, I'm changing one of my picks. Because
I'm in your head.
yeah, you are in my head. It's bad. I'm changing one of my picks, so that's what it is. Okay. All right, going on to Tuesday, which I know that hasn't happened yet. Number 15, North Carolina. 1-game series, by the way. Number 15, North Carolina at number 14, Liberty.
Go North Carolina.
Okay. I got Liberty. So we're going different on that one. All right. Moving on. This is also Tuesday, but this is a 2-game series, so this will go into Wednesday as well. It's number 17, Texas Tech at number 23, Mississippi State.
I'm going to go Texas Tech.
Okay. All right. So you're going Texas Tech, and I'm going Mississippi State. Pick different again. This is how it's going to work. You're going to get them all. All right. Going into Friday, we have a 3-game series between number 9 Notre Dame at number 22 NC State.
Give me NC State.
I'm going NC State as well. Yeah.
That one dude they have is like the best college baseball player in the world.
Yeah, he's really, really good. He hits tanks.
Travis Hunter or whatever. Yeah,
he hits tanks.
He's really good.
All right, so we picked different in all. Well, it was going to be 3 of them, but 2 of them. But besides Notre Dame and NC State, we're both going with number 22 NC State. I might just start picking the lower ranking teams. That seems to be how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever's not supposed to win wins in college baseball, I guess. Alrighty, moving on to UFC. We had a big pay-per-view card this past Saturday. Jake, give me your reaction to the main event, Colby's decision win over Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
I think it's just another one of those clear situations where Usman's the clear champ and then Colby's the clear number 1 guy right now because Hazmat's going to be there. But right now, Colby's those two, little gap, then the rest.
Yeah, it's a shame that Colby, he has. Listen, whenever the pound for pound rankings come out, Colby needs to be ranked. It is bad that he
should be ranked. He's really good.
Dustin Poirier's ranked.
Poirier should not be ranked.
Colby should be ranked. I mean, I think even Poirier should be ranked, but Colby. You want to tell you who's in that? You want to tell you who's number 15? Who Colby could easily replace?
Who?
Jan Blachowicz, the can.
Oh, yeah, he should probably replace
Colby
Jan,
should definitely at least be above Jan. Gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to say about the main event?
Masvidal overhyped. Always been overhyped. Lightning in a bottle. I've told you all this stuff. So. That's how I feel about it.
All right. From UFC 272, from that card itself, whose stock rose the most?
The most?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Colby just because it proved that he's legit. Because he's only fought Usman and Tyron Woodley these past 3 fights. Yeah. It's is he really can he beat another decent fighter? He dominated him. Yeah. I'm gonna say everyone knows Colby's that guy still, but he's just not quite enough to beat Usman. He's still that guy.
When I was picking this earlier today, when I was writing down my answer, I thought it was between 3 guys. I thought it was between
Yeah.
Colby. I thought it was between Moicano, and I thought it was between Bryce Mitchell. And I went with
Bryce Mitchell. God, yeah, I forgot about him.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I went with Bryce Mitchell. This is his
Yeah,
first true. Yeah, this is his first true test. He passed it with absolutely flying colors. I don't know if you saw this, but Vederick posted today on Instagram of like the comparison scorecard between Bryce Mitchell and Khabib. There was,
Yeah.
I mean, it was Khabib's was better scorecard, but they were very similar. And man, I'm telling you, Bryce Mitchell's good. And I know you agree with that. Me and you both are high on Bryce Mitchell, as most people are.
Yeah.
His chin looks good. Barbosa hit him a couple of times. His chin looked good, man.
Barbosa just didn't know what to do with the pressure. He's weird to figure out now because he'll look real good sometimes against like a good matchup, but if it's something that's not his way, I don't know.
And
Just don't go his way.
I think that's what we've got to do. What's next? Okay, we'll do. Hold on, I'm gonna make a little. What's next? I'll throw those in. Okay. Yeah. We'll get into what's next for Bryce Mitchell later. Whose stock declined the most from UFC 272?
Just because where a lot of people think he is to where he actually is Masvidal.
Okay.
Masvidal his career is taking a massive nosedive right now. His only shot at a pretty good headlining fight is Nate Diaz or Conor McGregor, which that doesn't count, obviously. Yeah. So it's got to be Masvidal because he got dominated. He had one moment where he kind of rocked Colby. He got right back up and didn't press him. I don't know why. Tired probably, but his stock is at the floor right now.
Yeah, I can see how you say Masvidal. I just still think there's still big fights for Masvidal left, and I just think I do think his stock declined. I just don't think it declined as much as the guy I'm going to get into here in a minute. And I think you could also throw Barbosa in that conversation. I'm not picking Barbosa. I'm just saying I think everyone recognizes, hey, he ran into a killer, but this also kind of shows Barbosa probably not a top 10 guy, or at least not top 7 or something like that. Like he was hoping to be at featherweight. I really don't know what's next for Barbosa. A gatekeeper?
No.
That's probably it. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But stop declining the most is Greg Hardy. He is done. He's gone.
I thought he was my second.
Yeah.
He should be cut, but he's claiming that him and Dana White they're good. So
yeah, well, Greg Hardy was supposed to be this kind of like not a draw type guy, but like a kind of like a mini star that was supposed to come in. He's coming in for football. He's supposed to be this big name, and the experiment has not worked out with Greg Hardy. And he just lost again because no one knows who that dude is who just beat him. So
yeah.
I think Greg Hardy's done. And it's not even that he got beat; he got dominated too. That is another thing.
He's got finished in the first round 3 times in a row, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, that's bad.
A Spivak guy, his record's good, but I mean, I know he's not a killer. He's not.
Yeah.
And we know Greg Hardy hits hard because, I mean, he hits hard. We watched him against Tuivasa, made him do the chicken dance.
Yeah, the fact he made him do the chicken dance is weird.
Yeah, because he ate like 20 Derek Lewis shots, I guarantee, that landed flush. Ate him. So, I don't know. It's weird.
It's weird. UFC's a weird sport. Okay, well, so I didn't have this wrote down before, so I don't have who I think what's next for them, and you don't either because I didn't tell you to prepare for it. So we're gonna wing this the best we can. Okay, so off the top of the dome, what is next for Colby Covington? What's his next fight?
In my ideal world, I want to see the winner of Hazmat and Gilbert Burns. New opponent for Colby. That's a true number 1 contender fight.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Dana White already said that, yeah, they're looking at it like the new number 1 contender is going to be out of that fight.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see the winner have to fight. Unless it's Gilbert Burns, I don't really think he'd need to fight again, really.
He doesn't.
I don't know.
I think he should get...
Hazmat maybe could.
Hazmat probably could. I agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I agree with what you said. I think what's next for Colby is, man, I want it to be Poirier. I really do want it to be Poirier.
I do too. I want it to be Poirier.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why I want it to be Poirier. One, it's a great fight, stylistic, style-wise, matchup, great. You're going to have a great press conference, awesome. It'll be a banger co-main for any pay-per-view you want to throw it on. Like, if you're going for a pay-per-view that has one title on it, throw that as a co-main, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And another reason why I won't watch it so bad, right? If Dustin Poirier comes up and wins that fight against Colby, you're fighting for a title next. And if Colby beats Poirier, that's a great win. You're fighting for a title next. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would be the next number one contenders fight behind if you're going to do, and also a sneaky wild card that you're going to have a problem with. And everyone forgot about this fight. It's Bel Muhammad and Vincent Luque. That is a problem because that fight's right in there too, and especially if
Yeah.
Luque wins that.
Yeah.
And you tell you something really weird, real fast, though. In there, Bel
Yeah.
Muhammad's record's 20-3. That is
Oh
really,
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just weird. It don't matter. We're not getting into Bel Muhammad today. He's coming up. He's gonna have a shine in a couple more weeks when he fights retard. But I just don't want to.
Yeah. I think there's also a scenario out there with all these welterweights that Usman has said he wants to go box. So say he somehow magically gets to box Canelo Alvarez in like the summer to August time, late summer, and then after he beats Leon, we assume.
Yeah.
I would say what they would probably do is Colby versus the winner of Hazmat and Gilbert Burns interim belt. I'd like that too. That'd be interesting.
I would like that too. And then does Luque and Bel Muhammad just wait the winner of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess you do. Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks, but you gotta wait. People ahead of you.
Yeah. See, if you're Bel Muhammad and Luque, what you do is, as soon as you win, you call out either Colby or Hazmat immediately.
Yeah.
We're assuming
like a strong call out.
We're assuming Hazmat wins and Colby beats Poirier. But whoever wins those two fights, you call out those winners. Yeah. I mean, I think best case scenario for Vizeske, Luque, and Bel Muhammad, whoever wins that fight, is for. I think you want Hazmat to win, but I think you want Hazmat to win in a close fight. I don't think you want to be dominant. You want him to win in a close fight, and you want Poirier to beat Colby in a close fight. That's what you want. That's your dream scenario. Because I think if Colby beats Poirier, he's definitely getting a title shot. Or an interim or whatever it is. He's locked in. And then the winner out of Bell and Luque has to look completely dominant. So I think that's the only way they'd be able to pass up one of those guys and have a good post-fight speech. Like, you got to be able to put yourself out there, have the fans on your side. All right, we talked a lot about that. What's next for Masvidal? We just mentioned a lot of welterweight names. What do you think's next for Masvidal? What do you think will happen, and what do you want to happen with Masvidal?
I really, I don't know. Because I don't think the Nate Diaz fight's going to happen. It's weird. It was really complicated because we say Poirier and Colby going back to that, but then Nate wants Poirier.
Yep.
Really bad. Really bad. And Poirier, that fight's been scheduled before. So, anyways, but I don't know what's next for Masvidal, dude. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, he could just go back and fight a lesser guy, but that just feels like too simple. I feel like something else will have to happen. Like, something crazier is going to happen. He'll get like a better fight than he deserves. But I don't know who it'll be. Yeah. I don't know.
So I think there's three ways you could look at this, right? You could ignore Masvidal as a draw, and you could put him up against who his ranking should say. And I think in that case, you fight Sean Brady. Sean Brady's undefeated. He's an up-and-comer. He's a wrestler. So it's a great fight to put Sean Brady's name on there, and it's a good rebound fight for Masvidal, whatever he wants to do. I think that's the least most likely scenario to happen is they treat Masvidal like a natural fighter. They're going to treat him like a star. So there's four people, in my opinion, right, who are in this little pool of it doesn't matter what they're going to do next, it's going to work, but it has to be against one of the other four guys I'm about to name. Unless you're Conor McGregor's in this list, but he's the only exception. He can fight anyone he wants and it'll work, okay? So you got Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, and Dustin Poirier. Here's what I want. What I want. Not what I think, what I want. I want Masvidal and Conor McGregor to fight. You're going to have a pure stand-up fight. That's going to be an absolute star, banger of a fight, great press conference. I want that so bad. The whole reason Conor McGregor moved up to welterweight in the first place was because Dana White said a long time ago when they were talking about this fight that Masvidal was too big at 170 for Conor. So Conor went up to 170. He looked fine. You got a knockout win in the first round, etc., etc., etc. Boom. Conor Masvidal. Great fight, in my opinion. Okay, what I think will happen is I think Conor's going to end up fighting for the title in lightweight, sadly, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think you're going to have, I think Masvidal is going to end up fighting Nate Diaz. And I think Poirier's going to fight Colby. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think Nate and Masvidal will be for the BMF title. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Conor's going to have him a title shot. And but what I want to happen is what I told you. And if you're wondering, well, if that happens, what are you going to do with the lightweight? Well, if we're going off the scenario what I want to happen, then I want Oliveira to beat Gaethje and call out Volkanovski. So we don't have to worry about title shots. That's what I want. So
Yeah. Well, I think Oliveira would prioritize the Conor fight more than 2 belts. This is how it works.
yeah, I agree with you.
It would.
But we're playing Hunter's World right now, and that's what I want to
Yeah.
happen. So
Hunter's World. I'd like to see it too. Actually, I'd love to see Oliveira get the belt. He'd beat Volkanovski too. Ooh,
Yeah.
Cap. Beat him.
we're gonna keep going with these what's next because we got a couple fighters. Talk about. We're not gonna talk about Moicano because he's in a weird spot because he's like really low in the rankings. He's not even ranked actually, so it's kind of hard to matchmake him because I don't really know where he's at once they're unranked and stuff. What do you think's next for RDA?
I think you reschedule the physio fight. It's obvious. I think you have to. It's
Yeah,
good fight night right there. Headline card.
yeah. I agree with you. I think you could definitely reschedule. I think again that there's a scenario where Conor works against RDA. I think that's another great fight. And then I think also if you put Conor and RDA up and you set up a Conor win, not saying Conor that's a guaranteed win for Conor, but I'm saying if you could set that up and then Conor wins, then you have an actual money fight for a title and an excuse to do it.
Yeah.
And
that's a good excuse there.
And plus, you get another Conor fight in the process against RDA. So you get 2 Conor fights, right? And you could do Conor and RDA in National Fight Week, right? July, something like that, okay? And then that lines up perfect for him to fight for the title next against Oliveira or Gaethje late this year, like Christmas time. Everything lines up. So I think, I don't know. I think that's what makes sense for RDA next. If not, I think the most obvious situation is you rematch the Fiziev fight. But you already said that, so I'm going to play a little different role. You could also do Islam. They have beef. Roll it up. I know Islam's supposed to be fighting Darush. But hey, if something happens to Darush, he can't get healthy, RDA. But I think Fiziev makes the most sense. Probably it's not fair for Fiziev to lose that fight. Hopefully Fiziev's okay and he can rebound. I think he got COVID. I think is what it was.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay. What do you think's next? We'll talk about one more other person. What do you think's next for Bryce Mitchell?
I think Giga Chikadze makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's another pretty decent step up because we know Giga is a little above Edson Barboza because he just kicked the crap out of him. But yeah, he beats Giga. He's getting like a big old fight. Bryce Mitchell's getting like a number 1 top contender fight after that.
Yeah,
so.
I think you could either go against Giga, and then I think it could work out well. You could have like a little mini tournament where you could do Bryce Mitchell versus Giga, and then the winner of that, we're going way into the future here, but you do winner of Giga and Bryce Mitchell fights the winner out of Dan Hooker and Arnold Allen, and then those 2 fight, and then those 2 fights could be like the next number 1 contender or right below it. Hi, Austin. So that's what makes the most sense. But yeah, I think Giga, because he's an upgraded version of Exxon Barboza, and also with that, now see you're also what I don't want them to do, and I'm afraid they're going to do it, is they're going to put it in a main event of a fight night, and what that's going to do is it's going to, unless Bryce Mitchell gets KO'd early, it's going to lock him up a dub. I'm going to tell you why. Because Giga, in 3 rounds, I don't know, there's very few people in that division that can beat him in 3 rounds. And when it's 5, it's just a different ball game with the way Giga fights. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think that will heavily depend on my pick there, on if it's 5 or 3. All right, well, moving on. We're almost done with UFC. We have a fight night this Saturday. Talk about, we're going to preview your early predictions for the main event. It's Thiago Santos versus Makhanoff Ankalaev. The light heavyweight winner of this is going to be probably a number 1. They'll probably be next in the light heavyweight division after Yuri and Glover. So, who you got?
I got Ankalaev easily in this fight. I think he should do whatever he wants.
Listen to me what I'm about to say right here, okay? Ankalaev can win this fight however he chooses. If he wants to strike with Diego Santos, he's going to knock him out in round 1 or 2. If he chooses to wrestle Diego Santos, he will maul him into decision. I am telling you, this is going to be really bad. Now, the only way Diego Santos, he has one shot to win this fight, and that's he lands that perfect punch that he is known to do in his past. If he can find his old form and land that perfect punch, but I'm not relying on that. I think Ankalaev will take care of him easily. Double. Alrighty, going in to MLB. Jake, we got one topic because that's the only thing they want to talk about with the MLB. So I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay, yes or no? Will the MLB play 91 games this season?
Yeah, I have faith. 91, surely. I mean, there's 162 games. You would really think they'd play 91 games or more. You would hope. If they don't, that's bad.
Yeah.
They've got to start getting rid of people at that point. So.
I hope 91 games gets played. And I really do. But, man, I just don't get how they were so close to making the deal the night before, and yet now we're like a week past and we don't have no deal. Like
they're barely even talking.
No, it's like whenever the deadline comes, they try so hard, but then they're like, oh, no, we ran out of time. Let's just stop until the next deadline comes around. It's idiotic. It's really dumb. And feel bad for the people over at MLB. You guys are not very smart at all. And, yeah, it's just really bad. Austin, I've seen the TikTok blow up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I uploaded another one today, and it's already at 10K views. So it's good stuff. All right. College football. Well, let's do this. Let's talk about this first. Because we don't usually talk about transfers much on the podcast. But there was a big one this past week, and it has a big impact. Jaden Daniels is going to LSU to play quarterback for the Tigers under Brian Kelly. What a pickup. And I seen a thing about their QB class. They have a couple younger guys, but all those guys are really good, at least on paper. On paper, they're all really good. So, new coach, you got good recruiting at LSU. You think, what's your reaction to this? You think Jaden Daniels is going to be a starter? If so, you think he'll be any good? Like, what do you
I was about to say he might not start for them. That's a risky transfer for him. I like it. He's going to compete though.
Yeah, I do.
Because he was never really he wasn't what they thought he was going to be.
Yeah, he had a starting job at Arizona State, and he left to go compete. So,
yeah, it's be a good battle for quarterback spot there. I don't know. I would bet you if he doesn't start, we'll probably see him at some point in the season though. I feel like he could pick up.
I could also see where if he doesn't start, he could transfer again, and it'd be a big mess. So, yeah. I thought that was really good. Great land by Brian Kelly and LSU, just to make that. Even if he doesn't start, another great backup if a guy goes down. So, who is your dark horse for Heisman contention in college football this year?
So I know I'm a Tennessee fan, but Hendon Hooker is a very, very solid dark horse candidate. If you look at his stats last year, you would think they lost like 2 games, 3 games max.
Yep.
But they lost like 5 or 6 games. So I think we have an easier schedule this year, and if they can somehow pull out some wins they're not supposed to get, and the record's good enough, there's a chance. I think he's a very solid dark horse. I don't think he'll win it, obviously, but he's the definition of a dark horse Heisman candidate.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good pick. I got Trayvon Henderson. He's a running back for Ohio State. I think he's going to have a really, really good year this year. And I think regardless, I think he will be in the top 5 by the end of it just because the stats will be too good not to at least throw him up there. But he is a running back, so what that is going to have to do is have not the best quarterback play, I guess. So I guess that's why it's a dark horse. So I'm going Trayvon Henderson. I think running back wise, but a true dark horse, like way out there in left field, I would probably go with I would go one of the Clemson quarterbacks. If we're going way out there, go one of the Clemson quarterbacks.
That ain't gonna be DJ.
Hey,
I'd cut him out.
They're my boys. I'll go one of the Clemson quarterbacks. Hunter Johnson.
Yeah.
Give me Hunter Johnson. All right, to wrap it up, we got the NFL. We got their top. So we're going to do the top 5 picks. We're going to do our mock draft. Now, this is not who we want them to pick. Okay? This is not who we think's best suited for them. It's who we think they will pick. So we're kind of making predictions on who we think they will pick. So this has nothing to do with this is who we think they should pick. This is who we want them to pick. It's nothing like that. This is a prediction on who we think they will pick. Okay, I'll say that again. This is who we think they will pick. All right. So Jake, I'll start us off. Number 1 overall pick. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will select Evan Neal, offensive lineman from Alabama. I do think that's who they will go with. As a Jaguar fan, I would be happy with that pick. I would be happy about with anyone they go. I don't want them to reach first overall. I want them to go one that I'm more concerned about the later round picks. I think it'll be hard to mess up the first overall pick unless they really reach. It's more about just kind of getting lucky with that first overall pick, in my opinion. Who do you think they'll go with?
I also said Evan Neal, but I think they will draft him. But for some reason, something's telling me Aiden Hutchinson's the safest pick.
Yeah.
But they're still going to go Evan Neal because they got to do everything they could do for Trevor.
Yeah.
Because his success means more than the wins or losses. Because if he plays good and they lose, they can fix that. But if he's playing bad, it's going to be harder to fix.
It is.
So, Evan Neal for sure.
I agree. All right, I'll let you start off with our number 2 pick.
Lions are going to bring Aiden Hutchinson. He's from that area, obviously, Michigan. So, bring him home.
All right, I got the Detroit Lions for the 2nd overall pick. Also taking Aiden Hutchinson, edge from Michigan. I think if Aiden Hutchinson drops, it's going to be to number 2. The Lions are literally going to be sitting there waiting to see what we do on their pick. So, I mean, that's what it is. All right, I'll go for number 3. The Texans, I think, are going to take Icom Ekwonu. I can't say his name.
Ekwonu. Yeah, he's
offensive lineman from North Carolina State. I think Texans need an offensive lineman. I think quarterbacks will be there for them to draft later if they're not going to pick one up in the offseason. And if they want to roll with Devin Mills, might as well take an offensive lineman. It's hard to pass him up when he's that good as well. And I think if, for some reason that dark horse, he goes first overall pick and Evan Neal drops, I think Evan Neal would go in this spot. And I still think Aiden Hutchinson would go too. So, what do you got?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned the quarterbacks kind of. I think if the Texans take a quarterback out of this class with the 3rd pick, they need to fire everybody in that office because they already got Davis Mills who's showing flashes. I don't think he's going to be good, but I would not invest in.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think they're going to get Kayvon Thibodeau. They're going to get Kayvon. If Aiden Hutchinson's gone, Kayvon Thibodeau will be the guy.
Yeah.
That I think they'll get.
I'm going to cut off your part of saying, I'm going to say where they got Davis Mills. I'm just going to cut it off and post it as a TikTok.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that. Texans, Davis Mills. All right, go ahead and get us with that number 4 pick. Start us off, Jake.
I think the Jets will take Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He's really good. He's also, I think, a steal at 4 because I think he could go 3 potentially in the real life draft, but depending on what they actually do. But I think Jets will get Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, I also have the Jets taking Kyle Hamilton, safety from Notre Dame. The only thing that concerns me is, and this doesn't really concern me as much as it does some other people who care, but his 6-yard dash or 4-yard dash or whatever that is, it was bad. It was bad for what they expected it to be, but I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll be just fine. I don't care that much. People, like, what you ran that day, that time's going to be different from an hour from now, from a day from now, from a month. Like, no matter when you run that, it's going to be different. I mean, that's not going to be your 4:40 time the whole time. So, whatever, Kyle Hamilton, I still think he'll go to the Jets. He'll run that defense for him. And, it's a great pickup by the Jets. Alrighty, number 5, I think the Giants are going to take. Now, you're probably thinking, Hunter, where's Kayvon Thibodeau? And he's not here. I think Charles Cross, offensive line from Michigan State, is going to go to the Giants.
Icom Ekwonu, the offensive lineman from NC State. I think he's a sleeper first overall pick. Don't be shocked if the Jaguars take him over Evan Neal. I'm telling you. Yeah, but I think Giants get him. They gotta load up on offensive line to at least try to make Daniel Jones look better. So
and that's why I don't have Kayvon Thibodeau there. I just don't think if he doesn't go to that 1 or 2 spot, I don't think there's a spot for him in the top 5. So I got him dropping. That's just where
Yeah.
just how I have it.
Whoever the number 6 team is will be celebrating, jumping up and down,
Yeah.
though, because
Yeah,
he wants to steal it. 6 pick.
there's a lot of good like skill position
Yeah.
players in this draft.
That's it. That's like the whole story of this draft.
Yeah,
But well, that's partially not true. It's one of the best wide receiver
that's true.
classes we've seen in a while. It's
That's
loaded.
very,
It's
very
like a really
thankful for the
deep
Jaguars.
class.
Very thankful for the Jaguars to have a good wide
Yeah.
receiver draft.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that does it. That's all I got on my paper, Jake. You got any last things you want to throw in there? Ask me any questions or anything?
No.
All righty, well that'll do it. I appreciate it, guys. We'll be doing quick picks for this weekend's card on Wednesday. And I'm not even gonna tell you guys about Friday videos, man. They happen some weeks, sometimes they don't. It just depends. It depends what I got going on. Okay, this past Friday, a lot going on. Just depends. Okay, so I'm not telling you guys anything about Friday videos no more. They'll happen sometimes. Sometimes they won't. What it is, just expect it. Wednesday will happen though, because I like doing picks. So, all right. With that being said, we'll see you guys next Monday at 8:15. Will be BoogiePod episode 24. If everything goes to plan, it's scheduled.